Hello everyone, it's Pat here at Beads and Plenty More, and today I'm going to talk about making this necklace. It's a little bit different than what we've been making before. It's long so that it can go over the head if you don't want to have a clasp on it, and it's working with suede leather. I've got 4 strands going up on each side and then a set of larger hole beads. And I've got some tricks on how to fit those large hole beads if they just aren't quite big enough. So let's get started. And then I did a dangle at the end here with some charms and leather crimps. So I'm going to get started with the black version. I've made the 1/2 so that I could set up what beads worked on here, and now I'm going to go ahead and make the other half. So it takes 5 meters of the suede cord to make the whole thing. I used 4 meters for the straps to go on the main part of the necklace, and then 1 meter that I cut in half to make the short pieces for the dangles at the bottom. So I'm going to start with, I took my 1 meter of leather and I divided it in half. I'm going to put it down through the front of the stone donut here, and then I'm going to make a loop that the tails will go through. So we'll feed those through there like that. Draw them up and try and keep this nice and smooth so that I don't have wrinkles in it. Tighten it up really good. So that's one piece of the second side, and then I take another piece to make the second piece. Again, divide it in half and put it down from the top, what I call the front here, and this down like that, and then we're going to pull it out a bit so that I can grab the pieces through and pull them all the way through. This one's loosening up on me. I'll just give it a good tight in there. So that's my 2 pieces set up. Now, what we're going to have is I took the first, just following the same pattern as what I have on this one. I used these 2 beads, and I put the 2 strands through my 2 beads, or my 1 bead here, and same bead on each side. That one goes there, and then we'll feed this one on this side. This one, the hole's not too bad. I can feed it right on. So that's what I did there. And then I took a large bead, that's this one, and I grabbed all 4 together to go through that one. And again, I didn't have my gold one that I made. I had a lot more trouble finding gold ones that would work with the hole size, because this suede is a little bit difficult to get through. So keep them separated here, because then we're going to put this one on next. So this one, again, is not a problem with the size, so I'll draw that down there. And this one over here. It's fun to try different ideas with your patterns too. I mean, there's lots of choices of beads, especially in the silver. Now, these ones were the ones that I had a little bit of trouble getting. I did them with the 2 center strands. And so what I can do to get, what I often did to try and make it go through with a little bit smaller hole, is put one through, and then actually I took the scissors and angled that point like that. It makes it a little bit easier to go through. So set that there, and then put them through together. If you just push, and they both will go through at the same time. So now I have the other one too. I've put 2 of them on this one, so put the straight one through first, and then tuck that one with the point on top so that it kind of flows in with the one underneath. And then we'll pull those 2 up to the center here. get them sitting just like that. And then finally I did one more big bead with all 4 strands. So that's my units that go one to one left and one to the right of the head to make the necklace. Now to do the bottom part, I took my 1 more meter of suede and I divided it into half, and then I took the smaller length here and again brought my 2 ends together, and we're going to go down from this side again to the underneath, starting to fill that hole up pretty good there now. Oops. Maybe we'll, yeah, there we go. And again, the same loop. Put the raw ends through the loop and pull it up really tight. And my other little piece, again, match the ends so that we get the same length. And this little piece, if I can get a little bit of a crease on it, it might go through a little easier. There, much easier. And put those tails through there. I want to get that really snug so that looks nice and tidy there. Now on this, I put the bead that I've got up here to hold these all together. I'm going to do a double bead. Now this one's going to be maybe a bit of a challenge to get 4 pieces through. Oh, not too bad. As I say, the gold seemed to be much harder because there was less choice of gold beads that had nice big holes for me. So I'm going to do a double bead there just to have those nice and tidy. There, so that's kind of set up as to how I'm going to, now I've got these pieces down here that I'm going to put the ends on. And it's looking like I might have them quite long, so I might trim these a little bit. See what I did with the, yeah, I didn't do nearly as much on the brown one, and it does seem to be long enough, so I'm going to trim that back to about there. So then on here, I have some charms that I'm going to put on. I like this little eagle charm. It's kind of nice. And then I use these leather crimps to join them on with jump rings. So to put the leather crimp on, I'm just going to turn that a little bit so that I can get these set up. I want to have them sitting the right direction. And we'll get, I like to use 2 pairs of pliers when I put these clamps on. So to start with, I just tilt that one side, go far up on the pliers, and give it a tilt. Like that. And then go in with the tips and press it down nice and firm. Then to do the other side, I grab my second pair of pliers and I will take them and use them to hold the end here and tilt this, get a good hard grip on there, and then tilt this side down. looks nice and neat when it's folded over like that. And then I did that on all 4 of these pieces and added 1 to each with a jump ring. So I will finish this up and I'll show you a picture of the finished one. And hope you enjoy working with suede cord and the stone donut. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Hello again. I just wanted to do a short add-on here to talk about finishing the other end of your necklace. I've got all 4 of the little charms on. You can see how they sit nicely. So then when we go to finish the other end here where we've got all our loose cords, we want to bring them up and we're going to make sure that we level them all off. I'll get my beads all sitting nicely and bring all 4 cords up together. And here's our ends, which we have lots of different lengths. So I'm going to trim everybody off to be the same length. A little bit off on the angle. Get rid of those. And then once I've done that, I will check again that they all sit nice and even. So I'll just move this down so I can show that this is sitting like that. And then this one, nice and smooth. And I've got a little one that's a bit longer there, so we'll give that a clip. Check this again. And again, maybe you don't want it quite this long. I wanted to make sure I made it long enough that we could have it come over the head and that it sat down where I wanted it to sit on me. Now, to finish these ends, I used caps like these. They worked very well. They can get all 4 pieces in, and they're a little bit flat so that they aren't going to be too difficult at the back of the neck. So that sits in there nice. I'll put that in with E6000. Now, what I do when I want to put that many cords in, I would spread these out, put E6000 in at the tips here, and make sure that it's gone on all of them before I put them in, because sometimes if you just put the glue in here, shove these in, one cord might be on top of the other and you won't be able to catch it with the glue. So that's how that's done. So I go back to my gold one that I have the ends already glued on, and then to finish the clasp closure, I took jump rings and a lobster clasp. And of course the jump ring just goes through one side here, and hook my lobster clasp on. Again, with my 2 pairs of pliers, I can close that jump ring nicely. Make sure it's closed really good, because this is quite heavy. We want to make sure this is a good connection. There we go. And you can put a jump ring on the other side, but this loop on this particular end is big enough that I can hook it right in. So I may not bother with the jump ring, because the jump ring makes it a little bit weaker. Okay, so that's how I did the finishing on the other end. Bye for now.